Walrus is not joking around.
No, they're really not. Hello! It is so good to see you. Wait. You see me, and that is most important because I am beautiful.
Hashtag narcissism. Two episodes in a row with this intro.
2 episodes in a row. We are here tonight, and it is nighttime. It is very nighttime because we have day jobs, and this is not it.
Well, your day job is downstairs, but you have also been here since, it's been what, 12 hours for you?
Yeah, this is a 12-er. It's all right. I do it for my people. We are here talking about the Walrus pedals. The Walrus pedals are amazing. They are from the Portland, Oregon. I don't know why everything is like the thing, because it's like the Walmart.
Walrus Audio.
Walrus Audio. The Walrus Audio.
Cuckoo Kachoob.
Cuckoo Kachoob.
The Cuckoo Kachoob.
Yes. So Walrus Audio out of Portland. Keep Portland weird. What's funny is because we've already recorded it, later you'll hear something about Portlandia.
Correct. We're redoing the intro because we kind of botched the first one.
And because it's 9:15 and I'm more honest now.
So we're going to take a look today at the Walrus Audio Ages, the Julia Chorus, the Lillian Phaser, the ARP-87 Delay, the Slo Reverb, and the Monuments Tremolo. And they are all a force to be reckoned with in their own right.
And just, they kill it on the graphics.
Look at them.
They're just beautiful.
Don't look at us. Cut to the other shots. Look at them.
Would you look at this? Look at it! You know what I say when you see something like that? I say, would you look at that? Would you look at this? Look at that.
Their pedal cases are insane. And actually, having never played an ARP-87, that's one of the coolest cases I've ever seen. The texture's nuts. We'll talk about that later. But just their Mako series has this really refined, high-end, beautiful look to it. And their normal series is some of the best pedal art. They leave enough real estate to really let things sing. They're just fun to look at. First and foremost, we have to talk about some guitars. Yes.
This last week, we've started to get in our PRS stuff, the 2021 stuff. And the very first two that came in are this and this. This is a Bonnie Pink Custom 24 SE. This is one of the Indonesia factory ones. They've gone with a maple neck this year on these. Maple, and then the mahogany back and sides. And then what they call a violin top.
I got here and parked the car and saw it through a window that is tinted. I said, that's the pinkest guitar I've ever seen. Yeah. But I kind of love it. It's a very specific, weird...
I feel like if I were to lick it, it would taste like pink sweet tarts. Because we know that there's purple sweet tart, there's green sweet tart, yellow sweet tart.
It's not a real flavor. It tastes like the color.
It tastes like a color.
The pink on that is excruciatingly beautiful.
Yes.
I'm not a pink guitar person, and I can't stop looking at it. And I'm holding like a green bursty, like this is kind of like a weird, loud guitar I would buy, but
so this is
I like that.
Eriza Verde. That is a custom 2408. That has the same appointments as this one does. However, on the front, you got yourself some different switches. And so each one of those little mini toggles there is it is not a coil tap, it is a coil split. And there is a difference in that it actually cuts the signal to one side of the pickup rather than just deactivate, like
bypassing it?
Yeah, bypassing it. That is actually the same setup as what we, like if you're familiar with the Paul's guitar, that is the electronic setup that comes in the Paul's guitar. However, it is in a custom 24. Give him a little.
Yeah, let me. You get a little bit more string clarity out of that. That's kind of cool.
So
that's kind of nice, man.
Yeah. So the idea is that there isn't a volume line. Typically, you'll have a volume loss, but with the coil split, there is less loss of volume.
Let's talk Walrus, dude.
Yeah,
These guitars are both sick. Like, this,
Yeah.
just out of the way, they're awesome.
sick.
I really like them.
They have the sickness. They're down with the sickness. Ooh, wah, ah, ah, ah. So yeah, Walrus. We've had these in for a couple weeks now, and one of the pedals that I was super excited about having has already left the building, and we have it on order.
This is the first thing I asked when he said we were doing Walrus today. I'm like, oh, is there Juliana? He's like, no, they've all sold.
Yeah, it's already gone. But that's okay. That's okay. We have more on order. But I'm kind of excited to get into some of these. Obviously, we've been playing everything so far through the ages. So it's an original circuit. I don't believe it's based on anything. It's just a really warm drive.
So that's setting 1. So here's 2, all the same stuff flat. A little bit more bite, a little bit more oomph.
So yeah, it goes from clean to sparkly to smooth gain to compressed overdrive.
So moving up here.
What are you on now?
4.
So 4 is an LED clip.
Nice. Dude, LED clipping is slowly winning my heart over.
So, and then this is a hard clip.
A very unique, missing from my board desperately. Yeah, so much more filthy. This almost has like that ugly, it's hiding the guitar like the natural guitar sound underneath almost a thick blanket.
So it's
nice
not what
woofy.
you would call a transparent tone.
No.
This is not transparent.
It's like a warm, distorted blanket, but in the best way.
Well, see, I like, and that's the thing is I like warm drives. Not a fan of the Dumble sound. I'm just not.
Okay.
You're
gonna get roasted for that.
I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, set me on fire because I'm about to say the other thing.
I don't care that you broke your arm. 5 people get that reference, and those are my 5 favorite people.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Klon.
Whoa! Hey now.
And I'm not a fan of a green box.
For you.
For me. Yeah. So
yeah.
I like the Klon. For me and for my tone, it's a little bitey.
It is bitey, but that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like a big, broad, beefy sound, and I feel like
that's the ages.
Let me see the signal here.
Yeah.
I like that.
This gain maxed out, and it breaks. It has this really cool compressive.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very. It kind of gets that nice AC30 nasally kind of. Let's see what else.
I have not had a lot of hands-on experience.
This is kind of their flagship
with the Julia, and everyone loves it. And the reason I don't have any hands-on experience with it is because every time I've gone to get one and try one, they're gone. There's a very few pedals where I just hit notes. I just want to hear what that's doing. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That. I've learned, I'm not a big chorus guy. I kind of went mentally through all the pedals that I own and all the things that I've bought and all the things I've built. And chorus never makes the cut. And it's just not a sound that my ear is after. However, I have found I'm a kind of a univibe person. And the Julia hits this really cool center point. So you're getting this thinning but deepening of your sound, but it's moving it in this really interesting way that I don't really hear a lot of chorus pedals do.
Well, see, I think a lot of people they think chorus or vibrato and they automatically think like Hendrix with the. I think of it, and the way I use it is when I'm by myself, which is typically where I'm a single guitar player. I kick it in, and it adds a depth.
Yeah.
A depth to what you're doing, because it does have with a vibe, you are pulling the note slightly in and out of tune.
Yes.
And so, that's something I typically do when I'm holding long. So yeah, I mean, you can get it, but you can get it to where it'll just yank the note out of tune.
I want to hit the vibrato setting really quick.
That's really where you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Pulling. And see, that's a little stronger than I would run it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to be. I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
Yep.
It's so good. It's such a classy effect. That's why, that's
the best. Actually, that's a great descriptor for this. It's not the flashiest chorus I've ever heard. It's not beating you over the head. I actually think some people don't like it because it's not extravagant, and they're going for that Eddie Van Halen where they say it's chorus, but it's really like aggro phaser.
Yeah, they got a super deep phaser. Yeah,
this is a hyper classy chorus.
Yeah.
It's hyper classy. It's clean, it's pristine, it's not extravagant, it's not doing really weird formants and underswells and LFOs that you can't really get your hands on.
That's what the Juliana does.
Yeah, which is cool.
And you get the tap tempo with the Juliana.
Yeah. Let's move then, speaking of loud, obnoxious phasers, let's move to the Lillian, which I have zero experience.
Really good response.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's super tight.
That's fun.
So this has the same kind of strange classiness that the Julia does, in that it's extravagant, and when we lay into it, it's super obnoxious, but it's still not too much, ever. It's never too much. Like, it just can't go too... They figured out where the line was for the circuit, and they set 10 just behind it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. That sounds great. You know what it is? The curve that they're moving and filtering this with is not this super sharp frequency that they're beating you to death with. They've smoothed it out enough to let your whole guitar sing, and you can hear all of your tones shifting in response to what is being accentuated or moving away. And that...
It's a nice wave. It's a nice...
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I dig it, man. I really dig it. Now we're slightly getting into what I would call my play place, my fun land.
This is where we just fall out into the distance. If there was a night sky, which it's night now.
Yeah, we've been here for a while, just getting cameras set up. It took a while.
Yeah. But I love, by the way, the graphics on these things. The presentation of these pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the art. This is the presentation of these pedals is amazing.
And we'll definitely get some close-ups.
We'll get you some shots of these, because Walrus or Die.
Even the bag that comes with them is this soft, silky, perfect thing.
I used to buy Oakley sunglasses just to get this. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, the Silky Bag and...
Opening the box and being hit with the Walrus or Die makes me smile 100% of the time. It never fails to make me laugh. I don't disagree. But yeah, their presentation, the cases, and the reason we go there is the ARP-87 is one of the most interestingly textured and printed cases I've ever seen on a pedal. You need to get your hands on one to really understand, even if you don't need a delay. Pick one up. They're substantial, and they have this like really interesting grippy feel to them that matches how the artwork is playing to your eye. It's one of the coolest marriages of paint schemes and textures I've ever seen pulled off.
So I'm a sci-fi guy. Nostromo. Is that the Nostromo?
Probably.
I'm, Yeah. LV, I'm gonna make me sad. LV4127, I guess. I don't know. You all will shred me for that.
All right. I would like you to steer my delay beast. I'm putting a lot of trust in you.
All right. So here's. I'm gonna start from 0.
We're starting from 0.
Okay.
X knob. We want to know what the X knob does.
X knob changes the function depending on which algorithm you are using.
Okay.
So there's 4 different programs. There is S, which is a slapback.
Oh, yeah.
So then L is a lo-fi.
So it's just your tape.
Yeah, your tape. I mean,
Yeah.
it degrades quickly. Then a digital, analog. Delay, or your digital, which is going to be your just clean tone as every time it repeats. So,
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, the ratio is going to be, your dots and everything. I'm going to keep it on the quarter note. So
Tap tempo.
the X now, when you're in the digital mode, it's the modulation depth.
Okay.
When you're in the analog mode, it is the modulation depth.
Okay.
When you're in lo-fi, it's the filter width. So that's going to be the age of the tape.
Let's do it.
Let's go to the age of the tape. So
Start low and then just ramp it.
Yeah. So it's pretty clean. Let's start to really quick.
That gets dirty.
That's dirty. Modulation depth.
So yeah. I dig it, man. That's pretty sweet. Let's just go.
Yeah. Let's see how clean it stays. One turn. All right, hit it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so good. That's great. That's all I want is a weird decaying tail that just goes into...
Do it again real quick. Let's see what it...
That's all I want. Yeah. Yeah, I just want lo-fi weird saturation that doesn't make any sense.
There we go.
All right, so now we're moving on. It's bias time. I own a Slo, and I love the Slo. It is one of my preferred and favorite reverb pedals because, yeah. What are you doing? I love it. See, you need to be joined. Whatever band I make, you're just going to be the pedal guy.
I'm going to be the pedal musician.
Correct. What does he play?
Knobs. That's not even like a reverb. That is like...
The Slo is a secret pad machine, is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I like it. So let's go into a couple of settings here. bring the decay time up, the modulation kind of like, I don't know, 9 o'clock's over there. And then,
So let me ask you this. So it says warp, sync, and cine. Sign, whatever.
Cine. I love it. It's late. It is late.
Yeah, it is. I've been here all day. But like I've seen that on like Trem pedals.
Mm-hmm.
So
you get to pick how the reverb is kind of lapping back into itself as it modulates. And because it's this huge tail that you get to then improv and play over, you get to create your soundscape and create this tonal bed. So this is what I use the Slo for. I use it a lot for this. You don't have to. I'll do the bottom setting all the way down, or I'll use rise. I'll set the decay length all the way up. So as long as it'll go. And then from here, you want your modulation to just be present. And what will happen is you play a big chord, and then you get to improvise over that big bed that you just built, and the guitar never has to sustain that long at all. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of.
So there's another, but there's another bit. And actually, you even caught on to how I use it. What I'll do is I'll hit it and get this whole thing set up, and then I'll hit it with a delay. That way, I have a little bit of movement and sound going on in the midst of improving over my own reverb bath. But we haven't touched what was my favorite part of the Slo.
I don't want to get in your reverb bath.
Why not?
Do you wash yourself in your reverb bath?
Yeah, it's a clean place. So what we haven't done yet, though, is the Slo has a sustain function on that reverb. So once you build out a wall you really like, you latch it, and then it's just going to sit there for a while.
So this is a latch.
That is a latch.
It's not a momentary.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Because
now so if you press it and hold it, it'll take all the knobs and max the frequencies out. It just maxes the settings.
Oh, it ramps it all up?
So it acts as a ramp when you hold it, but if you press it and release it, it's a latch, and it'll take your reverb bed and just let it go infinitely. And it's awesome. And the pedal self-oscillates, so if you like set that and walk away for 10 minutes and come back, it's this big self-oscillating mess. That's really cool as a stereo effect to just kind of throw into a mix somewhere. So these are super useful in synths and in audio editing and all kinds of stuff, because you could just build a bed out of weird sounds, let it run and deteriorate, and then layer that sound into something else. I have done it several times. It's great. This pedal is underrated and everyone likes it. Still not enough hype around it.
Okay. Did I show you the episode of Portlandia where Fred Armisen goes in with his buddy and he's like showing him his home studio and he made the echo chamber and they're like sitting there?
Why do I know? I've never heard this, but I kind of feel like
he goes, echo, 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 echo. And then his buddy's like, okay. And he's like, no, wait. Echo, echo. Like that's how I feel right.
Yeah.
It's just like
and the way that I like to write music is to think about the long-term big chord progressions that are happening. Mm-hmm. And so you can sustain in real time. So you can build a bed, improv, or do something over it, build a new bed, and you can move your chord progressions around. But in COVID especially, pre-vaccine, that was an awesome pedal to have around because I could actually build big audio beds with no other musicians nearby. I love the Slo, and I really, really can't. I can't rave enough about it and the Astral Destiny from Earthquaker. Those two are two of the most important reverbs I have ever bought, and I love the Slo with my whole heart.
So if you're antisocial,
yeah,
buy the Slo.
If you don't like the decisions other musicians may make, build your own chord progression beds with the Slo, and just hit that sustain.
Then why hasn't Billy Corgan just done that exclusively?
Should they rename the Slo the Corgan?
Yeah, they should. Like Billy Corgan's like, no, I can't get a girl bassist. We'll just go with the pedal.
The Slo is the Thanos of pedals. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Like it. It really is like that.
Really. So let's check the Monument out.
Yeah.
I super dig the. So anybody who knows me, I'm an out west kind of guy. This is. I know I talked
a little trash earlier about chorus and vibrato and said I don't use them and I'm a Univibe guy and I don't like mod. However, I'm a tremolo nerd.
Trem nerd.
Trigger warning for epilepsy. This is the brightest LED we've ever seen on camera. We may not be able to use the shot.
It's like washing. It's like
it'll be fine. We'll figure out how to fix it in post. Like, what more do you want from a Trem? It does all of the different shapes you want. It's clean. It's not coloring the sound at all.
And it even does this.
Oh, yeah? That's it's like randomly chunking and unpredictable.
Let's go to standard because then and we'll do the depth. So I think this is. I think the reason that the LEDs work like this is because this is what a seizure sounds like.
So what I want to do really fast though, let's put the Slo on.
Okay.
And let's use a sine wave setting on the tremolo to not move the chords I'm playing, but to shape and add pseudo modulation to the reverb, which is my favorite use of Trem.
Echo, echo, echo.
One of the things about a not great tremolo pedal is as it changes the volume and undulates, it's coloring tone, a not great trem pedal. It's coloring tone as it squishes. It can't help but interrupt some of the frequency signals. This is hyper clean. It literally feels like your whole tone is fading in and out, and it's consistent. And that's nice.
We have done lots of the things. So, really, we're excited about having Walrus. Walrus is a really cool company that they have some really cool things that are coming up as well that we're going to be carrying. The Mako series, the Mako series is a little more, the Mako series is kind of very mechanical.
It's precision,
Yeah.
high end,
Yeah.
if like hyper sweet effects. And this is your nitty gritty, we're going to beat it up at the club stuff. Not that you can't with the other. But the flagship Walrus line, the flagship Walrus line, all of them, they bring unique sounds that no other company's really doing, unique circuits, which is awesome. It's why I think they hit the scene and immediately made a splash like they have, is that they're not just rehashing a Tube Screamer every 2 years, right? Their core circuit, their distortion
Or the
circuits.
Con.
I know. But yeah, Walrus is great, man.
Yep, I'm enjoying them. I look forward to continuing to see what else they come out with over the next years as they continue to build onto their product. Excited for you all to come in and check them out. The Juliana, when it comes back in, that thing is crazy.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah.
And it's no secret, I'm a slow evangelist, man. That pedal's just incredible.
Slow evangelist.
Slow evangelist.
That kind of makes you sound like you're from Eastern Europe. I am slow evangelist.
Slow evangelist.
How many rubles for slow? I will have 4.
I give you my babushka.
My babushka. All right. So we'll eventually figure out what we want to call this, but right now we're just going to call it Two Guys Late at Night in a Music Store.
Twisted knobs.
Twisted Knobs.
Yep. We'll shorten that. We'll figure a way to shorten that up a little bit. That's too high. Too high. Yeah. Thank you. That outro though.
Yeah, right?